Hey guys, today we're running through a quick 10-minute Yin Yoga sequence focused on the root chakra. So looking at building that kind of inner stability, grounding down. Our root chakra is based at or located at the base of our spine. So we'll be focusing on some poses around the hips. Although we've only got 10 minutes, it's all that's needed for us to let our nervous system rest, have a pause, enter into the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes kind of the healing and gets us out of that fight or flight response state. In Yin Yoga as well, we're focusing on stretching and putting stress onto the connective tissue and our fascia, which is where we store emotions that we no longer need in our body, and tension. So we're going to be doing a lot of releasing. So let's get started. So we're going to be starting in child's pose. So coming onto your mat or your towel, wherever you are, and just coming to kneeling and folding forward. You've got a couple of options here. You can have your arms out in front, but just as we're starting with the grounding, I'm going to suggest maybe having your arms by your side and really just curling in. Head to the floor. Letting go. Now we're going to be holding here for a couple of minutes. Talking about being grounded, this is a great pose because we've got lots of touch points to the ground, to the floor. So just noticing and being aware which parts of your body is connecting with the floor. How can you ground down? This is an opportunity we have in Yin Yoga to let go of thoughts, let go of the everyday kind of worries that we have, and just surrendering into the practice, into our bodies. Bringing our hands to the mat, slowly pushing up to a seated position. And we're going to be transitioning into butterfly pose. So coming to sit with your feet out in front of you, with your soles of your feet. They may touch, they may not touch. It's totally fine. We've all got different lengths of limbs and shapes of joints, etc. So it's wherever feels comfortable for you. In yoga, there isn't any one way it should look. It should just be for how it feels for your body. So bringing these out in front of you. If you feel like this isn't a stretch and you'd like a bit more, you can bring the feet further in, bringing it out. And just because we're focusing on being more grounded in our practice today, I'm going to suggest some props that we can use to make it a little bit more restorative. So if we've got some cushions at home, I'm just going to get 3 here. Okay, so for some people it might not be comfortable if our knees don't come all the way down. You might kind of feel that strain there, so it's nice just to support our knees with cushions. And sitting up straight, we're going to be folding forward. So again, we have 2 options here. If this is feeling good for you, or if you'd like a bit more support today, and again, just on the theme of feeling grounded, we can place a cushion and we can just fold over. Just softening in a little bit more. So this is a really nice pose for opening our hips, Again, hips is where we have the most fascia, or the deepest kind of fascia in our body, which is where we hold and store emotions and tensions we no longer need. So when we do a lot of hip openers, when we practice hip opening, we're actually able to release some of these stored emotions through the fascia, through putting the stress and the tension onto the connective tissue and fascia here. We're able to heal. So just fully allowing yourself to fold forward. Slowly coming up, removing any props that we might have been using. We're transitioning into half dragonfly, so extending the right leg out straight and bringing our left foot closer to us if that feels comfortable. Facing the right foot, we're going to fold over. Again, the aim here, it isn't to reach the heel or any particular part. In Yin, what we talk about is finding your edge. And I say this and I say it throughout every class that I teach. So the edge is, because we're holding the poses for longer, we're holding them for quite a long time. If we try and go full force into this stretch, 100%, we're holding that for, say, 2, if we're doing a full class, it's sometimes 7 minutes. And we're just going to injure ourselves from doing that. So the edge is where you start to feel that sensation, where you start to feel the stretch, and finishing there, just stopping there. And as we hold the pose for longer, our connective tissue starts to stretch, and then we can start to invite a kind of a deeper surrender into it, a deeper stretch, but only if it feels right. Unfolding up to a full seated position. And we're going to move straight over to the other side. So bringing the right leg in, extending the left leg out, facing towards and just folding over. Coming up to a seated position. We're going to be moving into supine twist, so just a really nice stretch on our back. So coming to lie down. Bringing our left knee up, actually giving it a bit of a hug. Give yourself a hug. And then with the right hand, we're going to just gently guide it over across our bodies to the right hand side. Again, just where you start to feel that stretch. Doesn't have to be anything too intense. It might be nice to look over the left shoulder, bringing the left arm out. And this is a great stretch for all up the spine. Obviously we've got our glutes in there as well on the left. But with these twists, I always just imagine, like if you've got a dirty tea towel and you wring it out and all of that old yucky water just rinses out and you wring it really hard. I always imagine when I'm doing these that's what I'm doing with my spine. I'm wringing out all of the old like stagnant energy and tension, anything that's no longer serving me, that might be holding me back. I'm just wringing it all out. Okay, so coming back to center, swapping the legs over, giving your right knee a little hug. And then with the left, just gently guiding it over to the left. Maybe looking over the right shoulder and extending the arm. And again, the same on here. Coming back to center, and we're just going to go into Shavasana now at the end, so just letting everything go, letting the legs kind of fall to the side, arms out, wherever feels comfy. If you have more time to stay here, I really invite you to stay and just soak in what we've just done before going back to the usual day. But if you're with me, our time's up. So I'm gonna just roll up to a seated position. And thank you for moving with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.